With a common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else are you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing. Had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Hellman.
I'm Todd Butterfield.
Another day of absolutely nothing in the crypto space as we continue sideways on this journey to the moon.
With no volatility.
I don't know if we're just refueling at the satellite station or what, but my gosh, has this been a boring one? There's more action over in the traditional market right now, but I think the action is coming soon based on a couple articles we will be talking about as far as more traditional finance companies getting on board to try to provide some competition for that backed exchange that we think will be so big for the next wave of crypto investors, as well as some other things. And of course, we will be doing our giveaway from last night's show. Your guys' probability of winning from last night's show is very high. Not very many comments on the video last night. I don't know if I forgot to mention it was a giveaway or what. But also tonight's show will be a Horizon ZEN giveaway. We will be giving away one full ZEN worth $16 simply for liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and leaving a comment in the comments section below with your ZEN, Z-E-N wallet address. So if you like free coins, it takes you 2 minutes. Participate and have some fun. Make sure to be active over here in the comment box. We get 300, 400, 800, 1,000 views, and there's only sometimes 20 people over here chatting, so don't be afraid to chat. Ask some questions as you guys generate some really good ideas as well and investable opportunities. What do you got going on today, Todd? What's been doing?
I was looking at AMD because you asked about that this morning. I just remembered I didn't reply to you.
You didn't?
Technometer's close to oversold, but nothing there. Not too much. I mean, Bitcoin 65.37. That's about as high as it's been, so whoop-de-doo.
Now let's do this pretty quick. Let's go over to coin market cap.
Do it.
Well, nope. You're going to do the charts first because my screen is not loaded.
Whoa. We could go to coin. That's about as high as it's been, so whoop-de-doo.
Thing up top. Now let's do this pretty quick. Let's go over to coin market cap. Well, nope. You're going to do the charts first because my screen is not loaded.
Whoa. Dang. There's so much going on. Well, so what? We're going to do Bitcoin 65.37. That's the 15-minute. Actually, that's the 1 hour showing what I thought was a possible roadmap. The triangle, I had it really marked here, but the problem with that is this is still appropriate. We made that late low last night and then didn't put anybody to sleep, so now we're trying the upside again. So if we go to 15-minute, we can see that a little bit better. If I remember right, that was kind of last night's sell-off when I was trying to get to bed. And now we're back here at almost recovery highs. So nothing to brag about. And really nothing else here to discuss. I think that's why views are down. No one's too excited. We got Ripple. Only one mostly showing green. Classics up a little bit here. There's Ripple. You know, I thought maybe it could fall down maybe to 48, 49. It did do a 51 or so. I'm guessing that's in a triangle too. So probably a little higher levels moving forward. But that's really, you know, not much else going on. Software, once again, they're been working on it all day. So I'll get an update here in 18 minutes to go through maybe a few charts. But that is the excitement at the moment. I will show the AMD chart, though.
Let me grab this since this is working. We'll do our intro. Throw you over for the AMD chart.
Do your thing.
and we'll be good to go. So, I mean, like we said, just sideways. I mean, my gosh, the market cap is still $216 billion. Bitcoin dominance, 52%, so that is actually ticking up once again. $6,500 Bitcoin, nothing too exciting, but nothing too dramatic or sad either. You know, really, like we've been presenting, that this has really just all been an accumulation phase, an opportunity for you to get some more paychecks, get some more income, whether it be sell stuff on Craigslist, and have some investments here in the cryptocurrency space for the future that we think is all bright. And the reason we think it is we'll get to a couple more news articles where more companies such as TD Ameritrade are trying to make the entry into cryptocurrency to allow its 11 million clients to be able to easily in regulated manner invest in cryptocurrencies moving forward. You know, we look at the top 10, not too much. XRP, pretty even for the day. Ethereum is down big. Bitcoin Cash is down big. Stellar Lumens is down 3. I mean, nothing much going on. OCN is up 28%. This is one that everybody was saying dead because it was 95 or 98% off the high. It hasn't made a nice 28% rally, but it's still, I think, around 93% off the high there as well. Noah Coin, never heard of it. SIA, still, we talked about this yesterday, just ticking a little bit higher each and every day with the announcement that they are striving for ASIC resistance as well as a couple code upgrades and trying to really give the SC coin some more value propositions and token velocity for that network. When I did the original overview and review on SIA coin, I pointed out some issues with the way that it was developed, that they actually would cap the price that the coin could be based on the way the metrics worked. I think maybe that's what they're trying to work out as well. I need to dig a little deeper to see what they're changing with how the token economics are going to work there. Also, we had one that I wanted to mention that I mentioned on Twitter at least. I sent a tweet out about 3 weeks ago about eBoost getting a new team, refined vision, and growing sector with esports. And, well, looky here. About 3 weeks later, they announced all the white paper, the website, etc., etc. It has over doubled in price in the past 3 weeks. So if you guys got involved with that during that tweet or you were a holder of it in the past, now is the time to decide. Do you want to sell it for 100% gains? Do you want to buy some here because they are going to be doing an airdrop here in the short-term future and it still only has about a $1 million market cap? Or are you going to continue to hodl as you see more upside moving forward? We shall see. So, you know, I kind of saw it brewing with this tweet I sent out here based on some of the things I was seeing from the new team members and kind of owners of that project. And I went ahead and got invested at those levels and went ahead and took almost all my position off the table near the highs today. I think it will have some more upside opportunity, but looking through Telegram channels, Discord, etc., I think we might see a pullback. A lot of the community really didn't know what the pump was generated from or the news behind it. And really the news is that there is rumor of another airdrop. There is a rumor of some integrations in some mobile games, etc. But those are all rumors at this time. So, you know, we do say buy the rumor, sell the news. I'm going to wait for a little more rumor to start circulating before I'll try to enter again, as I think there will be a little bit of a pullback before this next rally. So I guess we'll just toss it over to Todd, let him do some talking. We'll do the giveaway. We got 2 news articles. That's about it. We're just hanging out, chit-chatting tonight, bounce some ideas off each other, and kind of calling it a day. I mean, it's been pretty flat and pretty sideways. Nothing really exciting going on in the supposed to be oh-so-exciting crypto space.
We've got, this is advanced micro devices. A few people ask about that. I know Nick mentioned it this morning. We did have a pretty good sell-off over there today. Technometer's 40.72, so I did not check it at the lows. It probably would obviously been in the 30s. So I would think maybe AMD could go into some type of sideways here, possibly. And then just for the heck of it, we're going to bring up Square while we're here. They're talking about that being a FANG stock, arguing about that.
I don't know about that.
It's trading at unbelievable evaluations, definitely. And one other thing I guess we have forgot to do here recently, we did have 3 new students for the course. Fauzi Alcoblan, Mara Stavali, and Dustin Nelson. So
shout out to the new members of the Learn Crypto family for the Wyckoff and cryptocurrency trading course over at learncrypto.io. Also home of our cryptocurrency beginner course and crypto private client group. If you're interested in learning to make more successful trades using the method that's been taught since the 1930s by Richard D. Wyckoff, go over to learncrypto.io. take a look if you're interested. I mean, since cryptos are so slow, we got to cheer you guys up some way. We will offer you a discount on the cryptocurrency trading course to continue to grow. I think we have over 950 students currently, so congratulations to them. I know people in this chat box have taken it or are in the process of taking it, and hopefully you guys are doing better on your evaluations as far as trading, hodling, short-term, long-term, etc.
And then still developers are telling me that the caching on the Amazon server is going well. I'm hoping any day now they'll tell me that they've got that worked out, so I can then make the step to make it available to subscribers. So that'll be the next plan.
Miro says, you want exciting? Look at GBTC, please. It got slaughtered. That is the grayscale OTC market. Right. And he says, is anyone buying? I think that they probably have, if Bitcoin stays here or has a slight more dip, I think they're going to have one more leg down. And I was actually looking at that before I left work, just because I know that if this market turns around, the FOMO on these type of investments right now are even larger than in the crypto market, because this is how they have access to it. So I think if it has one more major leg lower, that I might just buy some in my 401k just because and try to sell it on a turnaround in the crypto market.
And what's happening now there is they're just taking the premium out. The premium, I think, is the lowest level it's been at in a while.
Yep, there you go.
So they're just sucking the FOMO out of it. And I've seen some like 585 downside projections. So I would think, yeah, here and anywhere lower,
yeah, technically,
that would be a decent buy.
If you wanted to do a 1-for-1, the price of that asset, GBTC, according to the current Bitcoin price, should be somewhere around $6.50.
Yeah, it's trading at 6%.
That's what you should be paying.
It's trading at a 10% premium, which is at historically low levels. Because it's been
like
way
30%, 40%, 50% premiums.
But they're saying some of that's because there's now going to be more alternatives. So, they're bleeding that out because there's going to be lots of places to be able to buy Bitcoin here shortly, which we all are aware of. So that premium needs to come out of there for real. Because otherwise, I think at 10% premiums, normally that's been historically bullish for the price of Bitcoin, because it means everybody's getting knocked out, which means it's time to go the other way. So I don't have much here. Whether anybody's got anything, I was going to go over, let me check here, because XLM looked a little heavy on the software overnight. We did fall off another penny, or a penny and a half there. So still kind of in a triangle, like a Ripple chart, ADA, etc. Here in about 10 minutes, I will bring up the software for a few things, maybe after Nick throws away some Zen and goes over a couple news items.
Yeah, Anthony says, what airdrop on Kuku? And Anthony, man, you got to be tuning in then, because we talked about that during the live show to make sure you guys are positioned. Also tweeted about it as well. It was the Crypterium KuCoin. So not only did we get the airdrop, some of us also made a play on the KCS pump that was coming from the airdrop and the voting they were doing over there. So it was a double win. The Crypterium essentially was a lot larger than I thought. I think I got a 35 Crypterium airdrop, and you only had to purchase 15 to participate in it. So really it was kind of instead of a BOGO deal, it was a buy one, get two free kind of opportunity there for the airdrop over on the KuCoin platform. So don't know what I'm going to do with those coins yet. Obviously, we're in the bear market, and there's going to be some downward pressure. There's a lot of people who receive those probably will just sell them on the open market. So I'll probably just hold on to that bag and see what happens here moving forward. So talking about, why is GBTC losing its premium? Well, there's other opportunities and other places going to be able to buy it. Number one is backed exchange, which we have been saying is massively bullish. I think people are underestimating that. That is supposed to be coming in November. And now, somebody also sees the potential, so they want to compete. TD Ameritrade, trading giant Virtue Invest in the United States, they want to have a cryptocurrency exchange. So retail brokerage giant TD Ameritrade and high-frequency trading firm Virtue Financial have invested in a cryptocurrency exchange that seeks to bridge the gap between Wall Street and the burgeoning crypto asset ecosystem. It's going to be called IrisX. Now intends to not only list cryptocurrency derivatives. We don't like derivatives. We see that futures and derivatives are really just downward pressure on the market and really for the more intelligent and institutional investors there. So they're going to have derivatives like Bitcoin options and swaps, but also they're going to have so-called physical cryptocurrencies themselves. We've heard this in the past with the backed exchange, and that's why we believe it is so bullish. The firm plans to launch a spot trading market as early as next year, at which point it will operate as a conventional cryptocurrency exchange and allows traders to directly exchange coins and tokens. So they're going to start off with options and derivatives, then do physically redeemed cryptocurrency futures markets, kind of like you're seeing at Bakkt Exchange. Then they're saying they want to be a conventional centralized cryptocurrency exchange. Why is that important? If that is available via Ameritrade, so think of Coinbase and what that is, but for traditional investors. That means that 11 million of their users, I think it talks about their customer base, would have easy access, Coinbase-like access to cryptocurrencies and moving forward. IrisX isn't the first cryptocurrency exchange to launch with the explicit mission of luring Wall Street investors. However, its impressive stable of backers could give it a leg up on the competition. Electronic brokerage giant TD Ameritrade, which currently has more than 11 million customers and 1.1 trillion in client assets, invested in the exchange, stating that the firm desired to provide customers with the ability to invest in cryptocurrency on a regulated platform. IrisX has also received financial backing from Virtue Financial, one of the world's largest high-frequency trading and market-making firms, with an estimated $1.2 billion in annual revenue. Over the long term, ICE, who is creating the Bakkt Exchange, which is the direct competition of this new Ameritrade exchange, believes they can help Bitcoin potentially become, quote, the first worldwide currency.
Whoa.
So it's pretty interesting. Guys, you got to understand that, man, it is boring right now. I mean, look at us. We're struggling. We love this thing. We do this on YouTube. We have a passion for it. We have crypto private client groups, whatever, working on crypto projects. But it is boring, and it's tough to see to the future, to continue to look to the future and the opportunity that we have right now. Just like in 2013 and 14 when it was just 2 years of this. I don't think it's going to last that long, but man, it gets tough. But you have to understand, large companies like this, TD Ameritrade, CBOE, Virtue, even Coinbase, really, all these are not putting all this money and infrastructure time in something that they don't believe that their consumers are going to buy or they believe is going to be another regulated investable asset class. I know, man, it's like beating a dead horse because we've said it, but we got to bring it up when new companies are making competitor exchanges and trying to get into the space. And these aren't small companies. This is 11 million customers right here. Virtue, I'm sure, has several million customers if they're bringing in 1.2 billion in revenue. And CBOE is also involved in this exchange as well.
Shout out to the new people in here. I've given about 7 wrenches away. Cool.
Sweet. Well, what the new people getting in here, I guess we'll do the giveaway from last night's show. Now, you guys might not have the opportunity to be involved in that because you're new to the channel, but tonight will be a giveaway show. So all you need to do is, after this is posted, come back, leave a comment in the comment section below with your Horizon ZEN, Z-E-N wallet address, and you are entered to win. We will draw the winner tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Central Time during another live show. So let's go ahead. This is the video from last night. This is the lowest amount of entries ever. So for those of you who actually remembered to do the entry, I think you're going to be happy with the amount of users it's about to show here. That's right. You're not reading that wrong there, folks. Amount of new unique commenters, only 30.
Whoa.
If that isn't capitulation, I don't know what is. Usually the minimum is 80. Usually I have 150, 200 people trying to win some free coins, because if people are so uninterested in cryptocurrencies right now that they don't even want to enter free coin giveaways, and it's not small by any means. It's $16 in value right now. 1 Zen. So
going to 160.
But shout out to you guys. 30 of you are entered, and 1 in 30 chance to win. Let's see who we got here. The winner is John Roberts. Keeping an eye on Tomo now. Thanks as always. Yesterday we talked about should you FOMO into Tomo, and that is what he's referring to. Shout out to you for tuning in, John Roberts. I will be sending your Zen tonight after the live show. I do have a soccer game, so bear with me there. But it's as easy as that, and how fun is that, guys? Make sure to enter. Make sure to leave a comment in the comment section. Smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button, and have your name and those beautiful jingling bells pop up on the screen like they just did a minute ago.
And we're trying to get more people, more coins to give us free coins, and we're working on that new website.
Stop bringing up the website. It's supposed to be a secret.
Oh, sorry.
Gosh, my gosh.
I'm trying to get it out there, but you won't let me.
This guy.
Are you going to talk about CFTC calling the cryptos commodities?
Yeah, I'll pull that
I
up.
saw some people, Elizabeth, everybody was talking about taxes, so that's going to change the game kind of.
Yep, so here we go. CFTC today from their official account. So this isn't me. This isn't Nick, another conspiracy theory that always turned to be true. But this is a real thing. CFTC said, CFTC announces that federal court finds that virtual currencies are commodities. Now, this is only in one given court case, but usually that is a blanket statement for how they will treat all court cases moving forward. Now, what does that mean for crypto investors? Why is that good? Why is that bad? And briefly, I kind of summed it up here. Essentially, if something is named a commodity versus a security for trading purposes, it does have tax benefit for traders and short-term hodlers. Meaning, if you hold that asset for less than 1 year, which I know a lot of us try to swing trade, etc., technically, once taxation comes into play, you would have to pay short-term capital gains tax on securities, which would be 35%. Now, with commodities, it is more of a 60-40 basis, meaning the first 40% of any income driven from commodities is treated as short-term capital gains at a 35% tax bracket, but the remaining 60% is only driven at a 15% tax bracket. So you're looking at a 20% difference there, and that's why I think it is good for crypto investors and traders as far as taxation is concerned. Now, this is obviously going to change for different jurisdictions, but this is the standard for United States at least, and I know a lot of you guys are watching from that.
And then you don't have to keep track of your individual trades because it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
It's going to be at the end of the year, what's your net profit or loss?
What's your net profit? So when we're swing trading, day trading, going in and out to different coins, don't need to keep track of any of that. It's just your net gain, and then 40% of that will be 35% tax bracket. The remaining 60% would be a 15% tax bracket. That's bullish. Some people don't want to believe it, but that's great. Now, you might not want the regulation, but that is another thing I said here. Clear regulation for new investors that may be hesitant to get into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is now starting to come to the forefront. If this is what they're going to dictate them, what they're going to declare them, great. Now we can start working on the Bitcoin ETF. Now we can start getting TD Ameritrade and backed to be able to have a regulatory compliant, centralized exchange for anybody to be able to own and grab ownership of cryptocurrencies moving forward. Also, I think this shows kind of the hands-off approach that the United States took when the dot-com bubble was occurring, and that really allowed that technology to blossom. We talked about this yesterday. Look at us now. I'm streaming to a live audience on YouTube while pulling up a media post on the internet. This has blossomed because of the hands-off approach they took. They didn't want to constrain this tech. Hopefully they have decided they don't want to constrain the blockchain tech moving forward as well. So I think overall it is bullish. Although it is only for one court case, they usually do that. That is setting precedent for how they're going to treat it in the future. And a lot of these other countries, and people are like, oh, it's only the United States. Why does it matter? We don't control the financial system of the world. Well, kind of. If you look historically, a lot of these kind of things, a lot of the countries look to the United States, what kind of regulation they're going to lay down for their financial infrastructure, and they kind of follow suit. So I think this is one step in the right direction for these institutional trading exchanges to become a reality now, because they're already kind of saying this is what the regulation is going to be, and if you guys appease that, then there we go, we're good to go. So there's kind of the benefits of it. I know a lot of people just kind of retweeted and didn't really know good, bad, what's going on with it, and there's kind of my initial thoughts on it right there.
OCX Crazy King wants to know if Zen's a good crypto to buy or not.
Yeah, buy that.
We like Zen. And Hugo V, if you be nice, we'll let you be the #1 sign-in to the new website.
Maybe, Hugo V. You might be like Gary. Maybe you get, Gary's banned from buying the course. Maybe you're banned from going to the new website, Hugo.
Throw us a little money, we'll let you be first. Right, each trade is not taxable. It's what it looks like on December 31st.
Yep, and that's very good. If it was declared as security, then you're in a short-term capital gains. You got to track every single trade, et cetera, et cetera. That can add up, and you can come out a loser.
That can be rough, though. I had a commodity client give me $5,000. At the end of the year, we had $1.5 million, and it was all taxable.
Yep.
He was like, "Excuse me." Oh yeah, it's all gain. December 31st, and then you go back.
That's what's going to happen here in the crypto space.
And you go back the next year and you lose $500,000.
Yep.
But they'll let you go back and clean it up and get a refund.
You got a couple charts you want to take a look at?
Nope.
Nope. Cool.
Well, it is 7 o'clock. I guess I could get ready here. I got this new website.
No, don't pull that up. All right. I'll take this for the last article. This is a brief one. And why our title is saying a 9K 2018 Bitcoin target. Now, Some people might say, oh, end of the year 9K. That's not what I signed up to. I thought we were going to all-time highs. I thought, yeah, that's great. That's what we kind of all thought. And it's still in play. Who knows? Back could be a massive catalyst. TD Ameritrade could be a massive catalyst. And, the whales can be a massive catalyst if they take the foot off of all of our throats. Now, but at the same time, 9K from these projections is a 30% gain over 3 months. That's pretty good investment. A 10% ROI for 3 months running. Can't find that really in traditional markets. And you have the opportunity here, says Novogratz. Bitcoin won't top 9,000 by year's end, Novogratz says. He predicted last year that cryptocurrency could swell to 40,000 in 2018, but now says it will take until the first 2 quarters of next year for Bitcoin to move above 10,000. Novogratz, a former Goldman Sachs macro trader, said much of that price pressure came from industry participants needing to sell. Quote, just to fund their burn rate of the industry, companies who aren't making anywhere near the revenue they did during last year's crypto boom sold to meet obligations such as payroll. We're seeing this with Bitmain. They're trying to go IPO. A lot of miners were selling to then pay off all their mining equipment, electric fees, etc. And some of these cryptocurrencies that were starting to become insolvent obviously had to sell. We saw this in the decrease in Ethereum price due to the fact that ICOs needed to sell because they were panic selling. They wanted to lock in some US dollars. That way they could continue to develop their projects. We also saw this with the treasury of Dash. Dash's treasury was running out of money. They only had a few months based at current prices in order to keep running. Otherwise, they'll have to start cutting some of their staff and some of their projects, which nobody wants to do. So instead, they can create more downward pressure by liquidating some of their crypto assets for fiat assets. He is hardly bearish, though. Novogratz, whose cryptocurrency-focused merchant bank, Galaxy Digital, went public on a Canadian stock exchange in August. Call the bottom for Bitcoin prices in September. Novogratz said Tuesday that meaningful institutional investors' money will make its way into cryptocurrencies by 2019 and predicted a return of the same FOMO, or fear of missing out, that pervaded a Bitcoin neared $20,000 last year. He thinks that is coming back, but in a much larger scale with the amount of money that institutional investors and people like your grandma, your parents, whoever in 401k can put into the crypto market. On top of that, I was just reading an article and it said something like, in order to solidify your spot in the Bitcoin world in the future, you need to own 0.28 Bitcoin. That is due to the dynamics of a 21 million total supply and the fact that 4 to 6 million are lost forever. Probably not coming back, or they're in Satoshi Nakamoto's wallet, which has not moved or been active forever. Many people think those are lost as well. So put that in perspective. If this thing does become a worldwide currency, if you own 0.28 Bitcoin, which I assume a lot of you are working towards that, or will probably have that once you move some of that cash from your altcoins in the next run, you're going to be in the top 1% of holders for the Bitcoin world we hope is soon to exist.
It's weird that Novogratz was saying we was going to go through 68 and 84 and 94, and now he's pulling that back a little bit. And also, I thought it was funny, Jed here says, I was persuading my tax accountant to invest on crypto. She didn't want to. I think my tax accountant is shit-canning us because of my everything we do. Course sales, crypto.
So we can't deal with all
she's
that.
Like, see ya.
Not worth it.
We only deal with easy accounts. So that's nice.
Do you got a couple charts you want to take a look at?
Yep, software's up, as promised.
This is the
Shout out to all the haters.
The proprietary pulse of the market. Crypto software already exists on the traditional side. Now this is it for cryptos. It is generating data from the largest 96 exchanges and getting the actual accurate volume for these trading pairs. On top of that, you can see down here at the bottom, we have our 3 proprietary indicators. No, we didn't just make these up.
And it's not a scam.
This is from Todd right there, is the president of Wyckoff Stock Market Institute. These are the proprietary indicators via that, the OP, Force, and Technometer. If you want to learn how to use these, of course, we have the course over at learncrypto.io. And Todd does his best to find us some trades here on a daily basis during the live shows and hopefully soon here on Patreon.
A lot of people's hitting me up on Wyckoff SMI for the course. So it's getting out there because OP Force and Tech is really nowhere else out there except Wyckoff SMI and then what will be the crypto. So, but here again on the crypto, if we go back 2 weeks ago, I put this arrow on here showing volume hitting new lows, price wasn't, technometer coming down near oversold, and we've just done it again. I mean, still here, we're hitting new lows again today. So I could extend this blue arrow clear out to here, and once again, we're still holding. We had that breakdown to 64.40 or so, and we've held off of that so far. Now, technometer's not at 38. It is at levels that have caught the last 3 pullbacks. Here was where we really got oversold. But this just continues. We hit new lows on volume, which means selling is coming in. They're hitting the bids with more volume than up volume. The price is not giving it up. So I don't know what to think. It still looks like somebody underneath the charts is trying to support things. And most of these charts are going to be this way. I mean, Ripple isn't, because there's been much more buying in Ripple, obviously. And still on Ripple, technometer 45.50. We've been pretty sideways here. So we did come back down to the 50% pullback. I mean, I guess Ripple is still one that's going to lead us higher, I think, if we can get our way out of here. I think Elizabeth mentioned Monero. I'm going to bring that up real quick. I know it didn't look good yesterday because, as you can see here now, going back here to the far left, that's an extremely oversold technometer. So you would have had a buy here.
It's a good buy.
And then you had volume come in, new lows here, price held. Technometer came down to 39.40, so that was telling you probably this low was good. But then you get a sell here. So buy here, sell here. You came back for another buy. But the problem is you really came into a sell really these last 2 days here. So this buy would have got you, cover commissions is about all. With the technometer 55, I mean, it looks like Monero is one that would look for some type of sell-off here. Now this is XMR USD. I'm thinking about merging XMR USD, XMR USDT to give you more of a total call. We haven't done that, but that's something I'm just trying to monitor, see if that's what I want to do. Same thing here. Buy, sell, buy, and then a sell coming in really right now, 49.81. 50 is considered overbought. So once again, if you'd have bought this, you would have a $3 loss currently on this last buy. So it would look like we'd have some type of pullback here. Volume is coming off the lows. So, and again with the cryptos, and I'm just trying to spend time with the software to see if it acts the same as the stocks. Basically is what I'm trying to do. XLM USDT, let's look at that because I think that one's still a little bit bearish. Yes, I'm still bearish the dollar. I will bring that up. And I'm bullish metals. And I would think maybe still bullish metals probably would help cryptos. So here's XLM. Again, we had a buy here. We close to a sell here, but all of a sudden we're quickly off of overbought coming into oversold. So maybe something just break out, maybe take this low out for a spring at 23 cents. Maybe we can get another oversold technometer to give you a buy on XLM. Let's look real quick, XLM USD. Todd, you are hopeless.
That's the guy who asked you if you're bearish USD, even though this is the first couple days of actually any kind of bullish action, and our original short on USD was still another 100% higher. So maybe you need to watch the show a little more.
There's XLM USD. We're kind of neutral. Again, we came into a sell up here on XLM. It won't take much to get it to a buy. So really close sell and buys on that there. While we're talking about that, let's go to, here's the thing. I've been short TLT since this up here. So that's the thing about trading is, my next 6 trades could probably be small losers, like being short the dollar, which I'm still short, but I'm probably net even on it. But if you trade correctly, lower stops, you know, get the real move you're looking for, that's where you hit the home run. So I'm still short TLT. Probably, you know, this is heavy selling. Looks like probably China doing some selling. So technometer's at 32. It has been oversold. So, and I mentioned this, it's kind of like even trading RSI. So here I had give updates that TLT probably could bounce, work a little bit higher because the technometer was oversold. But in a real move, you don't want to buy, you know, some of the worst declines come on an oversold market. That's why you got to have stops. You got to try to figure out, I think, a little bit maybe value wave where you might be. Because I thought this was a bigger down wave, so I wasn't willing to cover or go long on a normal oversold technometer. And then today you get the smash. But I will be covering my TLT shorts maybe tomorrow. Just looking for some type of rally back to maybe 118, 119 to get short again. So, but that profit will give me quite a bit of money then to put other trades on. And here's UUP, the DXY, long dollar, same type of thing. First sell, we came to oversold. I said we just probably get a bounce. Had a good sell here, and then the technometer actually gave another sell and then another quick buy. So same thing here. This, we had a buy on the dollar here, but I didn't cover or go long there because I felt like we were in a downtrend and we have lower prices. So me, myself, I still think this is the first wave down on the dollar. This is just a sideways correction, irregular flat, and we're headed down probably again. But still from the software, if you were bullish, you would have been all over this day here, which gave you the low. But again, I did not take that trade. I actually had, so I'm short here and I'm short up here. So really, you know, I'm short with probably very small profits. Then I think I showed this last night. I want to show this because these are trades that normally really work out well. This is, I forget whether I showed, I don't think I showed American Barracks, but I showed this chart. Hold on a second. If you've taken the course, this is kind of important because this shows what I think is accumulation. And then we just had a test of a spring. This is a spring, test, and a test. So this chart looks good. But then if you go to American Barracks, which is a gold miner, when GDXG was testing a spring, this one was actually testing a previous resistance level. So that's even better because you can see that previous preliminary support and a backup to the creek came at the same level. And really this stock should be down here testing the spring. Instead, it's testing a jump, which means this is a primary buying opportunity. So again, whether right or wrong, I'd be long American Barracks here. And it's got an objective to probably 15. And it is overbought down here on the technometer. So it could stop here, you know, it could check this high, come back, pull back, mess around for a few days. But I think ultimately gold's turned the corner and this one probably leads the rally.
Miro says, question for Todd. For private crypto clients, are you still using Coinigy or you already got your own software?
No, I'm going to have to use Coinigy. I've got a new place, Caspian. I think it's Caspian or Caspier that I might try to get to on down the road because they've hooked up with Coinbase. But no, it's still Coinigy. And somebody mentioned earlier, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely a trader. I mean, I've been a trader my whole life, definitely not really a hodler. So I've hodled through most of this decline in the cryptos because I thought there was way more money coming and I didn't have my software. Now with the software, you know, I can trade a little bit more here, but I hate to say it, I don't think this is a time to be trading because I think we've been under accumulation and we're coming to the end of that. So there might be the one more sell-off that I'm showing, but, you know, the perfect example is going back to Ripple. I mean, you could have traded Ripple from 20 to 28 to 20 to 25 to 20, and then you missed the real rally. So I still think that's what's going to happen here is somewhere here you're going to miss the real rally. You're probably going to be asleep. So I'm going to take some trades with the software. I'm still trying to live with it a little bit more. And like the XLML, the XLM, XMR, those look like we got a little bit lower coming. But, if you're talking about maybe a couple pennies, and then next thing you know, a huge rally could be coming, I still think. So I think the software will help you trading in the future. Trading right now, I don't think makes a lot of sense. It's crazy, no name, because, even Matt and I was talking about there's going to be a 70 to 80% correction coming. I guess I just thought that was probably going to, I thought we was probably going to go sideways between 10 and 20 and probably see a 24, 25. And then I thought we was going to have a 70, 80% correction. So I got probably caught up there with the hype with everybody else because I just felt like, as I've said before, I was on Facebook. I got a record label Facebook. A lot of no names are on it. They were all talking about, hey, I'm buying Ripple at $1.80. I'm buying Bitcoin at 15,000. I just made, 30%. I knew it was fluffy up there. I knew alts were getting out of hand. I knew everybody was chasing it. I just felt like that was kind of still the start of it because the people I know and I'm friends with are not in cryptos, still are not really in cryptos. But I've said it before, they're starting to ask. My wife had a meeting today. A gentleman with big money wants information on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So a couple other big clients, they want information. They're starting to nibble. So I still think that's coming. I still think there's a lot more ahead. So, and the software will help you trade. I think it'll help you more than anything. It'll help you with entry points because if we're starting a bull market, you want entry points. You don't want exit points. It's just like what I showed you on TLT. If we're in a bear market, you don't want to buy the first oversold TLT reading, which you got proof of that today. So even on the upside, you don't want to sell the first 50 because we'll go to 56 or so. In a bull market, the technometer, you want to really buy 40, 42 and sell 54, 55 or something. So you need to try to figure out where we're at in the scheme of things and then trade appropriately.
There you go. Crypto Hunter said he got his first Linda coin payout on mynopool.com. You should get those every 24 hours too, Crypto Hunter, just to let you know. And of course, you guys know that Linda is doing their 31 Linda Shakes the Graves every day, some kind of announcement for Linda. Today they announced that they will be promoting a what's it called? A Formula D driver, almost like Dragon did for NASCAR. They're doing for Formula D. It is October 3rd, and they've already had 3 announcements, so they're still on track for that. So keep looking for more announcements, and usually they kind of build these up. The one from yesterday that we didn't mention is they do have another partnership with Volcano Coin, VULC, getting integrated into my staking wallet as well as my node pool, and it's supposed to be a mutual beneficial partnership or whatever. Volk has a new project coming up that Linda is going to be integrated in as one of the payment solutions. So we'll see what that does moving forward. What else we got going on over here before we kind of wrap it up?
I'll take the chart. No, I need it back. Somebody just asked about Litecoin. Jack did. This looks like the Bitcoin as well. I haven't updated this chart because, again, today my guys were working. I didn't have access till now. But same thing. The blue arrow here was showing how the OP, which is volume, is hitting new lows. Price isn't. And now the last few days, new low, new low, new low. And Litecoin is still holding the previous lows. And then you can see over here, this technometer reading was 46, which really wasn't a sell. And now we're down here, yesterday's close, which is really just 15 minutes ago, we had a 38.66. So selling coming in, price holding higher highs again, and the technometer's oversold. So if I had a gun to my head, I probably would nibble on Litecoin here. So, and then that's Litecoin USDT. If you go to Litecoin USD, which is another little bit different animal. Again, this is volume from up to 95 exchanges, so you're getting a good feel of what's really going on. Takes a couple seconds for everything to load. It's going back and getting 5-minute data from every exchange. So you can see same thing. OP hits a new low today, really as we speak, and Litecoin's still holding. So technometer is 42, which is just below 44 neutral, and not much else to show there. I mean, really the last buy on Litecoin was this day here, which gave you the low. So I'm telling you, the software I said it all along. The software will help you. It's going to be worth whatever we end up charging, I think. I think you'll see that. I'm just trying to show that here and then trying to trade it for PCG. And maybe, I don't know, if, we're talking about doing the Patreon, different things. We're just trying to get this information out to as many people as you can, because I know there's a lot of people like, well, Phil Alcone, he trades off the RSI, but he's trading off one exchange. Even a guy like him, they need the software to bring in more exchanges to add RSI, et cetera. Because I've shown before, if you go to the indicators, these are the choices. So you got the Ikamoki cloud, you got Bollinger Bands, you got RSI, stochastics, you've got on-bounce volume, et cetera. So those are all your choices with the software. I really just follow OP Force and Tech because it's taking 5-minute data throughout the day. RSI, a lot of those things are not diving into the real numbers. And all these indicators date back to 1931, really, with Wyckoff. And that's really all I follow.
Essentially, the software is going to have everything TradingView has, but it's going to have consolidated volume, which TradingView isn't offering. They do offer a world consolidated volume, which costs some money. And then on top of that, it is only about 6 to 9 exchanges at tops, I believe. And they're not doing it on a 5-minute basis. It's more like on hourly and daily basis. And then on top of that, the most important things are the OP Tech and Force proprietary indicators. And then also along with the software, somebody said, hey, are we going to be doing a training video if you become a software member? Well, students can learn about it. And I know you also mentioned that you were a student. Students do have access to 3 lessons which teach you about all these indicators in the software. But yes, of course, if the software is launched, we will take anybody who's doing the software, do a private video for them, whether it's at Patreon, whether it's just a private meetup conference call on Zoom or something like that, to walk you guys through how it works, how to read some of these indicators, and really take most advantage of the stock software.
And I'm hoping to go, live, whether it's with Cisco WebEx or whatever, with students, and just, have people, hey, I brought this chart up. What do you think? This is how I marked it, et cetera. So I'm hoping to do that, because that was my whole purpose for joining the channel in the beginning, was spread the word of Wyckoff as cheaply as I could and as good as I can, and launch the software. So I'm hoping to just really have students only interested go in and let's go through the software. I'm hoping to have people that will even tell me, hey, did you see, XYZ on the technometer, in the last 15 minutes? Because, all that we're doing here and all that I do, I can't watch 200, 300, 400, 500 coins. There's just too much going on. I'm going to watch the 15 or 20 that I really probably trade more, or something that Nick throws at me, et cetera. But it'll be cool to have somebody else say, hey, did you see this? So. And
then also somebody said, Nick, do you do analysis on pot stocks? Very briefly, not financial advice. I still believe a lot of these are overvalued, but I do believe in the long-term longevity of the pharmaceutical side of pot stocks. So these are ones that I have some entries in at lower prices and I'm looking into. That would be Aurora Cannabis. This is one that is supposed to be listed on the NASDAQ this month at some point. Along with that, they have had meetings with Coca-Cola in the past to create marijuana and CBD infused beverages. Now, they have said there's no partnership agreement, but meetings have occurred. So if you want to write that one down. Canopy Growth, this is another opportunity here. This is kind of a rebrand from Tweed Medical Industry. They're able to grow and produce marijuana. They would be an actual supplier. This is one that I think has long-term longevity as well, with distribution, if you believe marijuana is truly going to explode like people seem to believe with the full legalization in Canada. CTTH, this is kind of one I was looking into, has a patent on Listerine strip-like infused, which they're going to use for the pain industry. So to weed out some pharmaceuticals, which, you're going against pharmaceutical companies, but it'll be instant release. They can put a mint flavor, etc. This is a super small cap, something like $70 million or $60 million valuation. And then lastly, you have Organigram, which actually partnered with Aurora, this other one I mentioned. They do some packaging as well as some distribution as well as some production. So kind of do a little bit of everything there, and then partnered with a larger conglomerate with Aurora and possibly Coca-Cola moving forward. So this is a crypto show. We do show some traditional stuff, let you know what's going on, but I do work for an institutional financial advisor and kind of have to know what's going on in the markets besides cryptos. So there you go. You asked. I just happened to be looking at some of these and bought some of these before all the pre-hype really started, you know, when we started seeing on CNBC, etc. Tilray is probably the one you were referring to. I'll show it.
And they're in the software.
Yeah, and they're all in the software too, so you can look at that as well.
Stock software.
Tilray, for example, is probably one you guys are looking at. I still think this is highly overvalued. If I would be looking to enter Tilray at a price somewhere back down around maybe $90, maybe, and really could even look forward to drop all the way back down to around $60 or $75. Now, if things progress fast enough and FOMO ensues, can we maintain this price? But remember, this exploded to over $300. There are people who bought this at over $300, and now within one short week, we're back down to $156. Here you go. So this one is one I'm not touching. I think there's opportunities in other investments within the pod industry.
On CGC software, Technometer gave a buy at what level here? About 48.85 day before yesterday. So I would think some type of upside here, but probably there just reaccumulation or some sideways trading action, I would think. But today's action is good after this little minor spring the day before. So, and then somebody mentioned OCN. That's been a home run here. That's a 4-hour chart. Not sure what the news was on that. I don't really trade OCN, but I'd hold that one. I'd stay long. R-Chain's going down hard. I do not trade R-Chain. Nope.
Hugo, I know about R-Chain because the website told us that was a shaker and mover. Uh-oh.
Yes, we do trade stocks. Actually, Kerry picked up a $50,000 account a couple days ago to trade stocks.
That's really about all we got. I'm surprised we even talked that much with this complete sideways in cryptocurrencies.
I said let's make it quick and get out of here, and here we are.
So thank you guys for tuning in as usual. And on top of that, make sure to stay tuned for your daily updates on cryptocurrencies right here at Learn Crypto. Don't forget to smash the like button, share button, subscribe button, leave a comment in the comment section below with your Horizon ZEN wallet address for a chance to win some free digital money. And we'll be back tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Central
I want what
Time.
he's smoking.
Well, all these pot stocks got me feeling good.
Right.
Peace out, guys. I will talk to you later. Shout out to Chris Canine, Patrick Rooney, and Jim Smith, of course, down here in the center.
And the tree man.
You guys are awesome.
See ya.
Hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you got to be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck. Everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.